All right, let's have a conversation about Secret Lair bonus cards. I think that's a fun topic for today, because they're a lot more prevalent than ever, especially with the most recent Secret Lair drop, and obviously, it's been going on for a little bit here, but for a while it was just like Shadowborn Apostle and its variants and stuff, so I think there's some stuff to talk about, and kind of how crazy the market is going for these, so we're going to hop into the video, but be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. If you guys do enjoy, click the bell icon to be notified when new videos are posted. And I appreciate everyone who takes the time to watch each and all of my videos. I do try to post Secret Lair review videos for all of them, just basically giving my thoughts and then doing a bit of a price comparison. So if you're interested in Secret Lair stuff, feel free to check back for those as quickly as they come. Secret Lair bonus cards, if you're unfamiliar with the layout of a Secret Lair, generally it comes with 4 packs, and then there's one bonus card that will be included. And usually the bonus card is either like another card drawn by the same artist. For a while it was like a rare, or there was like stained glass planeswalkers you could get for a while that were for more of the spark. But more recently, I would say over the past couple of years, they've started making them pretty standard with a lot of Secret Lairs. Usually the bonus card is within theme, or it's a random chance bonus card like Shadowborn Apostle here on the screen. Shadowborn Apostle is, a popular card. You can play any number of copies of it in a deck, and there are plenty of different variants of it that are available very cheap, but for a while we had this in a lot of Secret Lairs as bonuses. You'll see the most popular one here is about $400, give or take, and it has actually only gone up to the point where there is no stock available here. So it's very, very scarce. It does not pop up often, but it was a fun little thing to potentially get inside of your Secret Lair. It was fine. You weren't buying it to try to chase down Shadowborn Apostles, but, it was cool if you got one. And I did the same thing with Persistent Petitioners. There's a bunch of these, same card, you can have any number of cards in the deck with that name. These were pretty good value. They were super scarce. They weren't marketed. It was just if you pulled one, you pulled one. And of course, it was just kind of business as usual for Secret Lairs. And we even saw this a little bit with Relentless Rats a bit more recently as still a potential pop-up chase. There have been some incredible artworks for this, and it's a very popular card, but it's around $100 and so, which certainly not bad if you buy a Secret Lair getting stuff you like and you happen to also get a bonus card in the $100 range. I didn't love this, but I didn't hate this because they were very scarce, they did not pop up often, and they were not marketed as any part of the Secret Lair. It was just, you might have a chance of getting something cool. And that has all started to change drastically. Secret Lairs, in addition to being no longer print to demand and being a limited product, now Secret Lairs also are starting to become, let's just call it notorious for having chase cards in them. The first one that we saw with this was a little while back. It was when they released the Planeswalker Baseball Secret Lair, which these were really cool, and you could potentially get a bonus card in the Secret Lair that was an autographed, quote-unquote, version of that card. And you'll see all of them are worth money. The Liliana is about $600. The others are a little bit less expensive, but there is not a single one that is under $200. And the general kind of consensus with them is that they were really unique, they were a neat piece, and you were buying the Secret Lair because you wanted the baseball cards, but you did have a chance to hit one of the autos. So it was sort of like, okay, this is a cute little gimmick. We're starting to sort of copium, right? That they're not moving it in this direction fully, but it's like, okay, it's cute. I could get an autograph card. They've got crazy value. We did, however, see this kind of come to the stage with the Encore Electromancer with Snapcaster Mage. This card you've probably heard me talk about before from the Hatsune Miku Secret Lair. Was originally thought to be included in an error, and it was supposed to be included in a later drop. That turned out not to be true. And then it just turns out that this was actually a chase that was only in the first drop. There have been some reports of people finding them, I think, in other drops, but not with any verifiable source. So unless someone has video or photo, whatever, I'm going to stick to the thought I have that it was the first one. This is easily the most expensive of these bonus cards at over $1,000, but $1,100, near mint's closer to $15 probably for the foil. It's an incredibly popular card. It was one of the really good arts of Miku, but people start seeing this, and then we're starting to have an entirely different conversation, because now it seems like what we're doing is we're putting these super high-end cards in here to create the FOMO even more, the oh my god, I'm gonna miss out, I might get this, but it's almost like a chase to buy multiple. You're encouraging scalping or bots, people who want to buy a bunch, because someone that really wants a chance at pulling that Snapcaster Mage may buy 5 or 6 of the layers it comes in to try it, even though they don't need that many copies of the card. So not only do I think the sort of word spreads online on Reddit, I've covered it, other creators have covered it, this is like, holy shit, this is a really cool reprint, but it's super scarce. And then people are like, oh, I'm going to have to get these next Secret Lairs because who knows what the bonus cards are going to be. right? And I think we saw that come to fruition starting with Snapcaster Mage, but Mana Vault from the Fallout Secret Lair was not that far off. This card is around, we're just going to call it $1,000. Obviously, yes, it's Mana Vault, it's extremely powerful, and with Mana Crypt getting banned in Commander, it did see a rise in value. You can see that on the chart from where this card was probably, well, actually, no, this is further back. When did the Commander ban list come out? It definitely dropped for a while, going back even 6 months. You can kind of see dips and then down and then starting to rise back up. This was a chase card. You'd either get the Mana Vault, a Wastes, or I forget what the third card was, but I think there was something else you could get that was like another Fallout theme card, maybe Codex Shredder. But obviously people wanted this, and it's like, oh shit, you see there's a Mana Vault in the Fallout Secret Lair? But it's super, super rare. It's borderline impossible to pull. I mean, to the point where there's only seven listed on TCG Player right now. This is not a card that's in high demand in high supply, but it's in very high demand. And so another chase back to back after the Snapcaster, then the Fallout, to the point where this is kind of starting to become a thing in every Secret Lair now, right? The Elesh Norn was very similar from the Outlaws of Thunder Junction drop. This card is like $670. It was a potential bonus card you could get in your Outlaws Secret Lair, but it was more than likely going to be something else. It's a popular card. It's just going up in price more and more, and again, those Outlaw Secret Lairs weren't that great, but if you bought it for a chance at the Elesh Norn and you did by miraculous, nature happen to get it, then you're probably happy. And so the point I'm ultimately trying to make here is I think this is causing a lot of people to spend a lot more money on Secret Lairs, those who are big into the gamble, big into the chase, hoping that they're going to pull it, hoping that they're going to go through and actually end up getting one, and they end up getting nothing, and then it's like, oh man, and you got a lot of people doing that, a lot of people really trying to chase down the big card, because, I don't know, the mind of someone, myself, who's, I'm looking at, sorry, it's a $600 card, I buy a Secret Lair for $30, why not grab a couple and try, if I wanted to do the gamble, if you wanted to do that and go and get a chance to get it. And I think that's what Wizards wants, because it gets people that are more like, shit, I gotta buy these drops, I gotta buy every drop, because even if I don't like them, there could be a bonus card in it worth money. And that type of thing will kind of get, I think that's happening. I think you're seeing a lot of Secret Lairs sell out. The queue is kind of a mess. People are buying stuff out, and chases just continue to come through. I mean, Minsk and Boo, I'll be honest, I don't remember entirely which Secret Lair this guy was in, but he was not in the Secret Lair itself. He was a potential bonus card with it. I think it was one of the Dungeons and Dragons one in some capacity, but then again, that doesn't really make that much sense because those other ones used, I think, their own art. Either way, this is a crazy cool Minsk that was only available as a potential chase bonus. Same with Abundant Groot from the Marble Secret Lair drop. This one's a little cheaper at $150, but still, it's, it was only a chance, and everything. I forget what the other card was. Wild Growth or something like that was the other card that was like, you're basically going to get that. Like, it's like a 99% chance you're going to get the other thing. These are not even balanced ratios. There's no set number like every 10 you open is going to have one. These are really, really scarce. And what made me think about it as I'm kind of going through and talking about this video is this Smothering Tithe for the Spongebob Secret Lair. Now, this is not only a wicked cool card that I just love. I love SpongeBob. I love Smothering Tithe. I said Mr. Krabs on a Smothering Tithe should have absolutely been a thing. I didn't expect it to, manifest into reality, but it's a super rare chase bonus out of the Secret Lairs, and it's already around $400. And I know more will hit the market, and hopefully it will drop a little bit. It doesn't appear to be as shorted as the Miku and the other stuff because there's at least 42 listings of it available already. So maybe it's not as shorted as some of those other extreme chases, but this is a highly playable card in multiple formats that does, there's some other premium versions. There's the anime art one, and there's but if you, this is just a really rare, it is I think objectively probably the rarest Smothering Tithe. The confetti foil might be close, but I think just based on the scarcity of how often these types of things really show up in these Secret Lairs, it's probably the rarest. And so it's at $400, and someone's like, oh man, I didn't know what the bonus card was going to be in my SpongeBob Secret Lair because a lot of people just got Command Tower. So it's like, all right, which is fine. I mean, you're not buying it for the bonus, but now people kind of are. The Counterspell, which is hilarious, the alternate art version that has the text in that sort of, I don't know, the actual meme text spelling way is over $130 because it's a chance to pull out of the meme Secret Lair, although generally speaking, you're going to end up getting Dismembered. But there's this hype about like, man, I want this Counterspell, and every single card I've shown you guys has been from different drops. You're seeing the mass amount of chase cards now being included, almost like how much more can we push the envelope? We've already gone to this shitty style for releasing it. Now we're also going to make people buy more, so we're selling out faster, like getting the FOMO going on with cards people want reprints of. I mean, especially with cards like Mana Vault. I mean, when's the last time we've had a Mana Vault reprint? It was like 2022, I think. You know, Snapcaster Mage did get one recently, so that's not as bad, but still, it's like they're not making it accessible. They made it super scarce. And I just think it's crazy that that this is happening. On the one hand, I find the cards cool, and I find them objectively, like, fascinating from, like, a market perspective, but I think the practice of doing this has gone way too far. When it was like, with the, you know, Shadowborn, any of the ones where you could have any number per copy, it was like, all right, this is a fun little thing, it's fine. And now it's just more blatantly, like, how many things can we really throw in there to, like, subliminally suggest people buy more? So, I try to be an overly optimistic person, and I think Wizards is doing a lot of things right, but I also think it's fair to call them out on shit when they're doing things that I don't think are right. And this, to me, is kind of shitty. Just throwing all these secret cards in there, making all these secret chases, not even advertising it, so it's not like they're saying if you buy it, you could get this. They know what they're doing. It's nothing is intentional here. I mean, nothing is unintentional here, so just be aware of that. But that's my thoughts on the video. Let me know in the comment section if you guys agree or disagree, and, you know, if you've ever gotten lucky enough to pull one of these as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.